Hello, you dubious little creatures. I'm Edwin Evergreen, and today is the start of a new series on the channel that I am excited for. Because here's the thing, I absolutely cannot stand people that sit there and go on these rants about like, oh, I can't cook, I'm so bad at cooking. Oh, I burn everything I make. It's not that hard. Cooking is such an easy thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's hard to be a professional chef and, be that good. But you don't have to be that good. You're just gonna be somewhat decent. Like, cooking, literally, all you gotta do, if you ain't a professional, is think like, hey, I wanna cook this thing. Go on Google, type in how to cook blank or blank recipes. You follow the recipe, you make the food, you eat it. It's not hard. 9 times out of 10, you follow the recipe, it's gonna turn out well. It's just people aren't willing to try. So today, we're pulling up our sleeves, and I'm here to prove a point, and my dumb way of proving said point is I wanna make pancakes from scratch without a recipe, and with pretty much no knowledge whenever it comes to cooking. People that know me in real life can attest that I am not a food guy. Really, the only thing I have ever made from scratch is pizza, and that's it. So if I can do this shit, so can you, okay? I'm here to prove cooking ain't shit. And yes, my helmet is soaking wet. I just got done riding in the rain and I have a cold. But look, if I can do this while wet and having a cold, you can do it with whatever circumstances you're in, okay? So first things first, obviously we need to collect our ingredients. Okay, oh, that's a cat. Oops. Okay, you can't see very well, but this is what we're working with here, ingredient-wise. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but pancakes, I feel like it should be simple enough to make. We got milk. Usually milk makes things taste better. We got flour. Obviously, flour is the basis of pretty much anything that has the word dough or batter in it. And we're making pancake batter, so got our cheap-ass, great value, organic flour. I've got baking soda and baking powder. I'm not going to use both of them, obviously, but I haven't decided yet which one I'm supposed to use. So for now, we're holding on to both of them, and at some point, I'll make up my mind and we'll pick which one we want to use. I'm thinking baking soda is probably what you would use, but I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck baking powder is used for. Like, I feel like baking soda has cookies on the box. If it'll focus. Baking soda has cookies on the box, so I feel like it would make sense. That's something you use for cookies, you would use for pancakes. But at the same time, baking powder has biscuits on the thing. Okay, well, it won't focus, but that picture on there has biscuits. So our question is, do we think pancakes are more similar to biscuits or cookies? I want to say cookies. Yeah, and then obviously vanilla. Can't go wrong with vanilla. Adds flavor. We like that. Salt sounds a little sketchy, but if I remember correctly, anytime you use baking soda, you're supposed to use salt, right? Because it activates it or something. Or maybe the salt just adds flavor. I don't fucking know. I feel like I remember things like this needing salt. Just like pizza dough needs sugar to activate the yeast. Salt activates the baking soda, maybe. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. But we got salt. We're going to use some salt. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Just a pinch. Got sugar. Pancakes are sweet. And then eggs, because I feel like eggs are a big part of baking. So, we got eggs. Bowl. Oh, that is such a dirty bowl. Why was that in the cabinet? Look at that fucking ring of filth. I'm putting that shit in the sink. We're not using that one. This one's clean. We'll use this one. Now, how much flour do we think? How many pancakes do I want to make is the question here. Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. I don't think this bowl is going to be big enough. I need a bigger bowl. Oops. We got our pretty flour bowl here. So I'm thinking we get 1 cup of flour, and then salt. I was going to measure, but I don't know what I'm measuring to. So instead, we're just gonna and call it good. Baking soda, I feel like you don't use much whenever you use it. But the question is, do we want a 1/4 of a teaspoon or a 1/2 of a teaspoon? I'll be honest, I don't even know what baking soda does. I don't know what's gonna happen if I put too much or too little of this. So I'm just gonna go for a 1/4. I feel like it's probably better to do less than it is to do more. Especially considering baking soda is used to clean carpets and shit. I probably don't want to use too much of that. I feel like that probably wouldn't work out too well. Sugar, we're gonna measure with our heart, and we're just gonna call it good. Eggs, I feel like brownies you put a lot of eggs, but pancakes you probably wouldn't put much. With only this much dry shit, we're gonna put 1 egg. Just the one. And I'm terrible at cracking eggs. Don't judge, okay? Oh, shit. Oh god, oh, I'm making a mess. Usually it's not that bad. And we don't have a rag in our kitchen either, so I'm gonna have to get our sponge to get the fucking raw egg off of the cupboard. Look, only professionals here, okay? I definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, know exactly what I'm doing, okay? Trust me. Okay, so we got one egg, we got some flour, some baking soda, some salt, some sugar. Oh yeah, we still need our vanilla, don't we? See, I should probably measure this, but I'm not going to. I can't be bothered to dirty something, so we're just gonna be very, very careful. I feel like since we got 1 cup of flour, I feel like 1 cup of milk would make sense, right? Now I need something to stir with. I think we have a whisk somewhere, but I don't think I want to put in that much effort, so I'm just gonna use a spoon. I don't think that was enough milk, if I'm being totally honest. This is looking like more of a dough than it is a batter, which is not good. I feel like it's too thick, you know, like that's looking more like a dough than it really is like a batter, if that makes sense. I'll put a little bit more milk. I think this is about as good as we're gonna get it. It's not terrible, not great. It's there, it exists, you know. So I'm gonna have to adjust where you are probably, because you can kind of sort of see from there, but not as much as I would like. We're moving, baby, come with me. You're in safe hands, trust me. I'll look at our batter before we dump her in there. It's so thick. I definitely fucked this up. You know what, before I stick it on there, I might put some more milk in there. But hey, it is what it is, am I right? Oh, it's still so, so thick. Oh my god, look at that. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth. All things considered, it could look a lot worse. It doesn't look too bad. It does kind of look like a biscuit, though, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know how pancakey this is. I might have just made biscuits on accident. But hey, as long as the biscuits are good, I'd still call that a win. Honestly, I don't know that this one's salvageable, boys. Oh, the inside of that does look like pancake batter, though. Before I chuck this bad boy, look at that. Okay, it looks like scrambled eggs on camera. I don't know why, but the inside of there in person, that's pancake batter. That's pancake dough. I might have made pancakes. I might be fine. Unfortunately, my microphone died while I was making the rest of the pancakes, and I didn't realize, but I made them. You know, I cooked them. Here's a picture of a couple of them, and I'll be honest, they actually turned out pretty well. Like, all things considered, I'd say I did a pretty damn good job. Now, don't get me wrong, they weren't the best pancakes I've had in my life, but they sure were pancakes. That was really all I was going for. I mean, if I made them again, really the only change I would make is I'd probably put a little bit more milk so that it's not as, like, dense, because they were really dense, which made them a pain in the ass to cook. And then I'd probably put a little bit more sugar and maybe some more vanilla just to give them a bit more flavor. But all in all, they turned out great. I am very happy with the results, and I feel like I've proven my point. You know, I know this was technically baking, not cooking, but if anything, that should just prove my point even further, because baking is so much more complicated than cooking. So yeah, like I said, cooking ain't shit. Go out there and make yourself some food, alright? Doesn't matter if you have experience, it doesn't matter if you know what you're doing, or if you have all these fancy tools or ingredients or anything. Just find something you want to make, look up a recipe, and make it. Who knows, you may surprise yourself. Just don't forget, our time is limited. The clock is ticking. It's already been 3 weeks. So go out there and cook some shit. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Have a good time. I'll see you next week.